Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Foreign Entities Podcast. This is episode... What episode is this? I haven't been on a podcast in a while.
67, bro.
67? Oh, it couldn't even be 69, dude.
Almost the sex number.
We are castaways.
Today's
Ahoy
date.
there.
What's today's date, Dan?
Today's date is May 13th, 2021. Coming back at you for another podcast, another hoot, another holler, another waller, if you will.
Today's cast and crew consists of Danny Trevino. You've been missing for a while.
Been for a while. Victor Ortiz, the one, the only, and Jose Rosales. This guy on the white couch, the white casting couch.
I look like I'm fucking no. I think I gotta zoom in more.
Well, you're royalty now, huh?
Hold on, let's see. Maybe.
Unfortunately, Wilfredo and Wesley couldn't make it today. They are too busy.
They ate some bad fish or something.
Wilfredo.
They're too busy. They said they want
Wilfredo?
to hang out with their real friends. Yeah, Wilfredo. That's his real name. You didn't know? His government name?
Alfredo. Alfredo.
I got you, Will. I haven't heard that one before. Yeah. All right, I got you.
Alfredo a la Will. That'd probably be a good food.
Is it?
I don't know.
What would it consist of, Dan?
It would consist.
Just Will chopped up a little bit.
Would you ever eat a person, Dan?
Huh?
Would you ever eat a person, Dan?
Would I ever eat a person?
Dan.
Drastic. drastic times call for drastic measures, right?
How much?
Sometimes.
How much?
How much would I like?
How much of a person?
Well,
How much do I get?
no. Let's say
No, you
it's
just get
like
the person, bro. You get a free meal.
Apocalyptic times. Food's hard to come by now. You're 15 years into the future.
Mad cow disease is a thing, right? When they eat the brain?
Yeah.
Mad cow disease is a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That was like
Yeah.
a SpongeBob episode.
No.
Mad snail disease.
Now, when cows
cows
eat
eat
brains
brains
of
of
other
other
cows, they get
cows.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Really? So would it work on humans?
That's what I'm asking.
Yes. I believe so.
In theory.
So don't eat the brains.
You start,
Eat
That's
the-
why zombies happen. And
Maybe-
zombies are real.
Maybe that's where zombies originated
I
from.
think you get fucked up. I don't think you get like mad cow disease. I think you just get fucked up if
And
you
die.
eat yeah. You just eat human brain.
I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. Why would it?
Because there's certain properties in the brain
Like I mean,
that fuck you up mentally.
let's say you leave it to dry and it's like a jerky, brain jerky. How would that taste? And how would it affect your overall sanity?
Eat a brain and find out.
You're
This
you're volunteering for this, right?
There's not much left in here, I'll tell you that.
So I mean, the only one that has a little bit left
Dude.
is him.
Listen, bro. Have you ever seen a cannibal who looks fine?
All cannibals look real fucked up.
Yeah, in fact,
They look like they've been through it.
Yeah.
Like
they
Yeah.
look like cannibals.
You know,
Every
a
cannibal in
cannibal-
history looks like one.
you know what?
they got fucked up teeth and shit.
Jeffrey Dahmer looks like a cannibal.
He looks like a serial killer more than anything.
You think? But he was a cannibal.
Yeah.
Was Ted Bundy a cannibal?
No.
Or would he just
No, he's
Narco-
just a serial killer.
narco? No.
Listen, not every serial killer is a cannibal, and not every cannibal is a serial killer, right?
Mm.
Would every cannibal be a serial killer?
Yeah.
Because they kill people and eat them
Yeah.
in patterns.
All right, so Kuru. I just looked it up because I was curious. Kuru is a very rare, incurable, and fatal neurodegenerative disorder that was formerly common among the 4 people of Papua New Guinea. Transmissible sponge form.
You're gonna have to speak a little bit louder
Yeah,
there,
no,
Victor.
I'm reading it. That's why. The 4-child. Apparently, because of the 8 brains, right?
Read it for the people, man.
Well,
Fuck.
I gotta read it myself first.
To see if
So-
it's approved by the censorship that we're carried by the
By YouTube. So
by the
basically,
American Association of Writers.
so basically, it's mad cow disease for people.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Okay, so there's proteins in the brain, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Enzymes.
Abnormal folded proteins, which are called prions.
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 They're prions.
Thank you.
The thing about it is I've watched
Okay, yeah, so prions.
a thing about it, so like I don't know what it's called
Yeah,
off
and-
memory, but I've heard it's prions.
So in that culture, that in New Guinea, they ate the dead. women and children ate the brain because they believed free spirit, something like that.
Right.
And that's what they got sick and died.
There's a lot of weird things.
So to answer your question, yes.
Don't eat the brains.
Don't eat the brains.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's where zombies originated from, because they go for the brains and then they become more like.
Now you're probably asking yourself there, Daniel. You hate being called Daniel, for one. For two, how much do you have to cook the brain for the prions to die?
So like, back to the jerky question.
Here's the thing: those things live beyond high temperatures.
Really?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Because protein is just it's in there, right?
Because you usually cook bacteria off, but those
that's not
things
bacteria.
live. But those things live past certain degrees. Like you have to cook it at a fucking high
Burnt.
degree for it. Yeah, and then it's not edible at that point.
No, well, it's edible. You can eat burnt things. I've eaten burnt things before. Frankly, I kind of like the burnt edges of things. Burnt toast. You ever had burnt toast before?
The edges, but not the actual toast, is burnt.
I like the charcoal between my teeth.
And leave in the comments below if you think Dan looks like a cannibal.
Dude, fucking yesterday. Okay, so
Yesterday somebody was hanging out with me the
Yesterday I
other
just
day. And they're
ate a
like,
guy,
"Yo."
actually, not
So
to
the
mention-
bartender. Okay, so I don't know
Back
if I
to the
told it
bartender.
on podcast, but I have a new job. I'm pretty sure I told you.
You have a new job?
everyone.
Oh, where you work at?
Pirates Republic Seafood Restaurant. Come at me. Some fucking lady left a bad review yesterday. Didn't mention my name, but fuck you because
I knew you were talking about me.
she didn't even
Acknowledge me.
She didn't. That's the thing.
they weren't even paying attention to me, and
Because I was doing good and they were doing bad.
yeah, everything's on them. I did nothing wrong.
What did she write, Dan?
She wrote that the food was horrible and she left me a $0 tip, writing "food sucks," and then she claimed that she would tell the server things when she never told me anything.
So she's a liar.
She's a liar,
Pants on fire.
pants on
We'll
fire,
be burning in hell.
and she was wearing this ugly yellow dress.
Ugh. A sin
Was
in
it
fashion. I
was
might
it
say.
ugly after the fact she didn't give you a tip, or was it ugly the whole time?
I wasn't even paying attention, to be quite frank.
That
Ah, because of course your girlfriend might be listening.
Nice
So
save.
yesterday, right? So we're training
Way to
this.
dance around.
We're training this new girl. I don't even know if she's gonna work there or whatever, but
Ooh, a new girl.
She cute.
she's 16.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Damn, Victor. Caught up.
Look at you, dude.
You were supposed to know she was 16 the whole
How
time.
the fuck?
You should have known before you asked the question.
Gosh, Victor.
Hey, don't put this on me. You're the one talking about her.
Anywho, so we're training her, right? And I'm a very social guy, so I talk.
Sure, that's what you're
I
gonna
like
call
to
it.
talk to my coworkers. So
Okay.
Not flirt.
I start no, not,
Not
flirt.
flirt.
Never.
Let's get this straight.
I
Because
know.
he's never flirted with anybody he's ever worked with.
Off the record.
Off the record.
Can you put this off the record though?
We can edit this
What?
out. Don't worry.
You edit this out. It's off the
everything-
record.
Yeah, of course.
just
I got you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
what time is it?
Yeah. What?
At the 22 mark?
Sure.
But what's it called? No. So I'm talking to her, and
You're
she's
on
like
the talking
studying.
stage.
She's studying. Oh my god, dude! And then
Sorry.
Biani's gonna watch this, and then she's gonna get mad at me, and she's gonna be like, "So you're talking to somebody, huh?" I'm like,
no, bro. Listen,
No, I'm working
listen.
with
Listen.
someone.
Biani needs to understand that we're old. You know what I mean? So we gotta understand these young people's lingo. So when you say talking to, bro, I gotta ask
How
questions.
old am I, Dan? And when you say talking, I think of something else, I think of a physical conversation between one person and another, exchanging information.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it could be, oh, we're talking. What does that mean?
I was communicating with her.
There you go.
That better?
Communicating
Let
what?
me-
Your
let me-
rights?
help me understand.
I
Or
was
your
communi-
consent?
I was communicating about a common interest was the job. We're at the job, so that's the common interest that we're talking about.
That's
What kind of
kids-
job did you ask for there, Dan?
God damn it! But
That's
no.
what the kids call it nowadays.
So the bartender walks up to me and he says, "Be careful for Dan because he resembles
A macho man.
his traits are very similar to the traits of Jeffrey Dahmer."
Damn.
Oh shit, dude.
And then I'm just and
What a
then
wingman.
she didn't know what Jeffrey Dahmer was, right?
Other than gay, what are the other traits?
What are the other traits? So then she didn't know who Jeffrey Dahmer was, and then Paul was like, Paul looks at her and he's like, oh no. sweetie.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
You didn't study Jeffrey Dahmernomics
Right,
in
dude?
school?
When I was like in middle school,
I had a shrine to Jeffrey Dahmer.
I would watch documentaries about like these serial killers or whatever, right? Because it was interesting, genuine interesting things, right?
Research. Is
Most
You
it
know.
serial
knowledge?
killers have the same interest in serial killers too.
Right. So
Really?
that was the whole
Yes.
thing. And I remember my fear
What's
as a
become
middle,
one?
yeah, as a middle schooler, my fear was if I watch these documentaries, I will become a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And so you consumed more information.
So
Yep.
that's where I stopped watching because I was scared of my own mind.
Nah, it gets to that point. Jesus Christ!
Breaking news: Dan kills somebody.
I can't get myself right over here. All right.
Breaking news: Dan steals.
Breaking news: I can't get myself right on camera over here.
Breaking news: Dan steals
Stan-
someone's wallet.
Ooh, you want to air this out?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, because he could come back for this. You know, he could hear this one day and find out.
Like I knew it. Nah, but yeah,
You will never know. It was me.
dude. If you
Can I
watch,
explain the story?
No, that's where I ended.
All right, sorry.
Because that's actually allegedly, but so I found some guy's wallet, took it.
He told me a story on the way here about.
Yeah.
all right, well, go ahead.
So I found one day I'm working at this restaurant I used to
An
work
unnamed
at, right?
restaurant, correct.
It was back when I first started working, and so I'm closing up the shop, and I'm behind the grill, allegedly. Grill, table, same thing.
See, if I knew the name of this, I would know the layout in my head, so I
Right.
could follow along with the story.
Carlos or Pepe's.
Allegedly.
Yes.
So I was by the 40s.
David and Keith's.
So I was by the 40s, specifically 44. And I'm cleaning on the table, and I see some guy's wallet. I grab his wallet, and nobody claimed the wallet. Discord notification. Nobody grabbed the wallet. Nobody claimed the wallet. It was there. I actually found the wallet earlier in the shift. So
I put it somewhere, then it followed me. I
so
found it
was
again.
it was around 7 where he left, and
7 o'clock.
and I was cleaning the booth. At the end of the night, I was like, if the wallet's still there, I'm gonna grab it, take whatever's inside.
It doesn't work
It was
like that, then.
it was at the end of the night, I grab the wallet, take the cash, I cut up the cards because
I gotta help with identity theft.
Yeah.
So that was my idea. I was
Allegedly, of course.
like, allegedly, of course, everything's
is
allegedly.
all-
This is all a fictional tale.
A hyperbole, they call it.
Sure.
Hypotheticals.
Hypotheticals. So, I took the cash.
Not just cash.
Specifically, it was like $78.
Hypothetically, it was $78.
Hypothetically. So, what would you do in that situation?
What would I do in that situation?
Yeah, hypothetically.
Look
'Cause
at
it
the
never
ID
happened.
and then look for their records on their voters and then call them and be like, hey, dude, you left your wallet.
Yeah, let's say he was a regular at a restaurant, and he would come in every once in a while.
And I
Would
would
you
I would
save-
attend him.
Would you save the wallet for next time you see him?
Yeah, I'd say the wallet.
Interesting.
I'll
'Cause
say
that's
the
what
wallet.
a good Samaritan.
I say the
that's-
wallet and be like, yo, your wallet was found here. I don't know if you had cash in it or not, but
Smart.
I'll be like, check to make sure you have all your belongings there.
The thing is, he came in the next day.
For his wallet maybe.
Yeah. he came in the next day asking for his wallet, and my idea was I'd rather
die than tell you.
I'd rather him not know that I had the wallet in my possession at all because he had cash in there. And I think if he was like, "Oh yeah, I found the wallet last night," he'd just be like, "Where's my cash?"
I feel like he's probably more worried about the fucking cards you cut up.
Yeah.
Like I cut up his cards and everything, so he had to go get a new ID, new card.
cut up
Cut
his
the
ID?
Why didn't you just mail it to him?
Why did you just mail it to him? What a
I cut up his,
postcard?
I didn't know what to do.
Dude, just take the cash and put it in the thing.
What
and then
thing?
and just put it on the by the computer.
Hypothetically, of course.
hypothetical. That the smart thing would have been to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And then it'd have been like, oh, I don't know, I just found it.
No, don't even say you found it.
It was just there.
Yeah.
Someone else found it.
Yeah. Oh, they'll probably rattle
And the
you
thing
guys.
is, I was-
they'll
I
probably
was-
cattle you guys up and just be like, who found this?
And the thing is, I was closing. You were there.
I was there.
You were there. It was a Friday,
Ooh,
allegedly.
allegedly. So I wasn't sure if I was there in this story.
So back to the serial killer talk.
Go ahead.
I don't know. You were gonna say something before.
Oh, what I was gonna say
Does
was
does that
every
give him as evidence that he's a serial killer? If his first intrusive thought is to cut up the wallets.
yes. No, every interview with a serial killer, they all say the same shit. Other than having the regular, oh, it was just a switch. I was eating a sandwich one day, and then all of a sudden I was just like, yo,
It all
fuck.
starts with porn.
I wonder what it looks like.
A lot of it starts with porn. It's like sexual deviancy.
Yeah, for the most part. And then
they get
when
off
they're
of
young, and then a lot of the times they're just like, I just was curious. I want to know what it was like,
How her skin felt over my lips.
Yeah, or like
Something
I just
creepy
want to
like
know what
that?
the feeling of
Wearing
killing
her-
somebody.
oh.
Just want to know what it was. There was a thrill for it, and then after I got it, I was just like, yo, I can't stop. Usually how it goes.
It's an addiction.
I've had that same fear, where it's just like I'm watching this, I'm like, am I one of them? Which is the ending for Mindhunter at-
season 1.
of season 1.
Yet
That's
to see season 2. So spoiler, guys. I'm sorry.
spoiler. The guy feels like a serial killer.
I was on the second episode
Or what?
of Mindhunter.
You're on the second
And you
episode
spoiled it for me.
No.
that he feels
What
like a
part did you
serial
get up to
killer.
then? What part
I've
did you
never
get-
watched
okay,
it.
okay.
I wanna
That
see
shouldn't
how-
be a spoiler for you.
But
Also,
yeah.
it's based on a true story.
Is it? I don't even know what Mindhunter is. Where are you even watching that?
Oh, you can see it on Netflix.
You can see it on Netflix. Mindhunter is basically a show based around
Serial
the.
killer?
How the FBI started up the profiling of serial killers, so they can catch them before they actually strike.
Yeah. And basically interviewing them and stuff like that. Like, and
How
then
did their minds work?
and
Why
then
did you do this?
back then, cops were just like, dude, they're just evil.
Yeah.
Why do you want to talk to those monsters? You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
They
But-
didn't think, like,
But now it's kind of more like a psychological
Exactly.
Yeah.
thing.
So you want to understand them. You want to ask them the questions.
So then you can catch the signs
Yeah.
in somebody else before they
Exactly.
actually.
And then the signs he was looking for, you realize that he had them all along.
Because a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Am I a serial killer?
A lot of people start off the same way. Sexual deviancy. For example, with Ted Bundy, I remember I watched an interview. It was maybe like a couple hours before he got executed.
Mhm.
Is that Zac
some-
Efron?
Yes.
Yeah, Zac Efron.
Yeah, Zac Efron was Ted Bundy.
So yeah, they interviewed Ted Bundy, and he started off with he kept saying, I was a Christian boy. We went to church regularly. Had a dog. We were a perfect nuclear family. And then there was this one thing where I saw hardcore porn for the first time, and then he saw someone choking somebody, and then it became into a kink. Kinks turned into something else, right? Then he wanted to actually full on
It's
choke
okay,
somebody
we good.
out
One
and
thing
have
led to
sex with
another.
them. And then look at him now,
Dead.
dead.
I want to know what it feels like to have sex with a dead person.
That I don't understand. There's a lot of warmth to an actual person, to a real life person, and once they're dead, you kind of just lose the warmth.
And there lies the tragedy.
I think,
Damn.
I think that's what they're curious about, is it not?
It's the curiosity, dude. It's it's like that's what I'm saying. So back to the Mindhunter thing, basically, where it's just like you want to understand them so bad. Are you one of them at that point?
Ah.
You understand what I'm saying? You sit down. If you had the chance to talk to Ted Bundy, you'll be like, dude, why'd you do it? And then he'll tell you. And then at that point, are you as fucked up as him for wanting to know? You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Do I
You
understand,
understand what I'm saying? It goes
So-
into like
So you
propaganda.
ask yourself the question, like, why would you do it? And then or say, for example, that one guy who fucking ate the Dutch girl after he shot her, and then he just bit her ass.
with
or
the
some
Asian
shit.
guy.
The Asian guy, yeah,
I mean, he became a celebrity,
yeah.
which he became a celebrity.
Who? He wrote a
Some-
book and stuff.
Some Asian guy killed this Dutch girl, and they even reenacted it and everything, right?
Really?
There's a whole like Vice documentary about it, right? And he became a celebrity afterwards because he killed somebody and ate them, and then the whole world wanted to know.
Yeah, and he got off free
Yeah,
off a technicality.
What technicality?
It was in Europe and in Japan. I think he was released as mentally insane.
Oh, okay.
And then they couldn't hold them enough in court or some shit because of jurisdictions, something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Interesting.
it's some shit like
I think
that.
I vaguely remember the story.
So
now.
he's basically just roaming around the streets, and he said that he's like, before I die, I want to do it again, but he's old.
yeah. But guns are a thing, so guns are powerful.
He'll probably kill again.
The only
Dun,
reason-
dun.
He's out there somewhere. Our greatest threat.
But yeah, sometimes you just want to ask yourself, why'd you do it?
Yeah.
And how
Sometimes.
could you?
How could you?
You said ask yourself.
How could you do this to my boy? Slaughtered my boy.
Dude, once you like read up on those stories and stuff like that, some of them are really gruesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
The Jeffrey Dahmer ones were pretty bad.
Where he would fucking drill a hole in the back of the
And
skulls
try
and
to,
put
like,
acid
fill
in them.
it with acid to become a sex slave. And then once they, obviously died, he would get like those big containers of like acid, and he would just dump the bodies in there. So when they finally caught him, they had all this acid, and it was just a bunch of sludge of just human remains.
Ugh.
So like, there's pictures of like people in hazmat suits just walking out with the stuff, and it was just.
Dude, also stories are crazy. The ones where they ran into the guy and didn't know it was him.
Like the cops.
Like just regular people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stuff like I heard this one story. It was about Jeffrey Dahmer, I believe. This girl went to prom with this weird kid and stuff like that, and he went out. They go get some burgers, came back in, and then she's like, "Oh, you want to come to my house for a party or whatever?" And she went, and it was weird because she felt bad what happened at prom or some bullshit like that. Or I think it was beforehand, and then whatever. And then they're like, "All right, cool." And then cool, whatever. Later down the road, turns out she went to prom with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Nice.
Or like there was another story where one of Jeffrey Dahmer's like sex slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Got out.
Sex slaves. I mean, put the camera back on me. Sex slaves like ran out and ran to the cops.
Mm.
And
But the
made
cops
it
brought
to the
him
cops,
back.
and the cops brought him back
What?
because they thought he was like under the influence.
Like drunk or something like that. And they were like, "Oh yeah."
Because Jeffrey Dahmer was such a charming guy. Because they're always charming
Yeah,
for
they're always
whatever
charming.
reason.
And like, for example, Ted Bundy was the most charming guy apparently.
Yeah.
He's so handsome. At his fucking
Zac
like,
Efron. What can you do?
yeah, yeah. Zac Efron's a good-looking guy, but
He's like, yeah, dude, we're just into some stuff, and he forgot his code word or something, whatever the fuck. And then, sorry about that, guys.
He's just drunk, my bad. And
then
that's it.
And they fucking brought him back.
I'm like, well, you kids have fun. Next day, fucking kid's gone
Yeah.
in the vat of acid.
Damn.
Or the couple who met each other, it was like a first date for both of them, and they went into the woods, and one of them was like, being like cautious of the other and stuff like that, and they're just like hanging out or whatever, and then they get to the point of the woods, and they get this feeling of dread. They're just like, yo, what? And then, but the one of them doesn't want to tell the other that they feel it until they reach like this not wooded area, this tree-filled area in a forest, of course. But, more trees than usual, what I mean? When you're off the trail, of course, of certain parks. And he hears, the guy hears, rustling in the trees and stuff like that. And they both stop. And then he backs up. And then he feels like something, squish under his foot. And then him and the girl, they're just, telepathically in their heads, had the same feeling like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And they ran without looking. And then it turns out, later on, during Ted Bundy's interviews, he would say, they asked him, oh, have you ever felt you almost got caught or whatever? And he then stated, he was just like, yo, yeah, this couple came when I was trying to hide a body or some shit. And the guy actually stepped on the body, but they didn't look at the body and nothing. They just ran. But yeah, those stories are also crazy.
Yeah.
Where people had close run-ins with serial killers.
Yeah.
Or there was this one kid, I forgot what college he went to. It was back when hitchhiking was the trend.
Mm-hmm.
You can just hitchhike or whatever. And some guy picked him up. He was, trying to hitch a ride, and then the guy was just like, "Oh, you missed my turn, guy."
Right.
And then he was just like, "Oh, you're coming with me." So the fucking kid just hopped out, he just jumped out of the moving car.
Off.
Yeah.
At
And
that
then
point,
I think the person that he was in the car with was the clown, the killer clown guy,
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy.
That one was a weird one too.
And then he said in one of his interviews that after he picked up that kid,
Picked up another one.
he
yeah?
started taking the locks out of his car or some
Oh,
shit.
wow. So,
Wow.
That kid basically taught him how to
damn.
Not fucking.
fuck up next time.
Yeah.
Now you'll live and learn, but not for him.
Right.
Dude, but imagine being that kid watching that shit on the news later, like, yo, like, oh, that was a guy who fucking almost killed me. Oh shit, dude, I survived
Right.
some shit, or like, you know, the stories of the sorority girls from the Ted Bundy shit
Yeah.
who survived.
FSU.
FSU, yeah,
That was FSU.
yeah,
What was FSU?
Ooh, spooky.
yeah. Some girls still live in that house,
Still there.
Spooky shit.
dude. Every time I watch that kind of shit at night, bro, and I'm here by myself, bro, I feel some type of way.
You know, it's always at night. You never get that shit recommended to you in the morning time.
No, I
in
watch
the
it in the morning.
afternoon. I never get it that stuff. I always get like creepy pastas in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is fake, obviously.
Yeah.
Who was
But I always
calling?
You always get the true stories at night.
But I always get the true shit at night, dude. Like I remember one time, the guy who inspired, I guess, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever, right? He would actually make furniture out of like people.
Yeah.
Right. And he lived in like a really rural place, and people were like telling stories about him. It was like, oh, he would come out every once in a while, blah blah blah, blah, and then he would take the person, and then skin him or whatever, right? And then it was just
skin
like,
them or something.
and then they would just show the pictures of like the fucking faces just like wrapped around a lamp, and I'm just like, okay.
I can have that in my house, maybe. Yeah.
It's an art piece.
You can color it.
You
Sure.
can go to like the freaking the Louvre.
I probably would have did it differently if I was it's poor craftsmanship.
Let me get a crack at it. He'd even use he used oak, not mahogany.
Victor hates these jokes, Loki.
Mahogany.
He didn't use mahogany.
Dude, the amount of times you probably ran into a serial killer at the grocery store, bro.
Yeah, isn't that a statistic? Like you run into a certain.
I think
number
a
of people?
psychopath.
Is that a psychopath? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's
of?
psychopath because serial killers are like 1%.
Probably less than that.
Yeah, they're probably less than 1%. That's
1%
why.
is way too
So it's
much.
probably a psychopath.
Huh?
1% is way too much.
Yeah. There's more people who die from COVID than serial killers. No, there's more serial killers than people who die from COVID, actually.
It's weird because there's still a lot of serial killers that are out there.
If you,
That are not caught yet.
Yeah,
If you-
that haven't even like.
They're active.
if you kill a killer, the
At
number
Planet
of
Fitness.
killers still remain the same.
Dun, dun, dun. Cops are the ultimate serial killer, but they're not ready for that conversation.
They kill in patterns.
They have a type.
Dude, if you were a serial killer, who would you go for?
Real talk, guys. Who do you want to kill, and why?
The elderly.
They're easier. Face ass. What are you, lazy?
What am I, lazy? Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
The lazy killer.
Dude, what's the craziest story you heard on your nightly listening?
The Jack the Ripper stories are always weird. to
Where he
hear.
just like disemboweled prostitutes in
yeah,
UK?
but like the thing is, this man would get so close to getting caught, but he'd always slip away. He would
Because
just,
there was multiple.
That's a theory. That's a theory that there was multiple Jack the Rippers.
Yeah.
But then people were always like, well, there's only one Jack the Ripper, but there's two.
What if the prostitutes did it to themselves?
Kill themselves?
Imagine that they just carve the fucking ass or like add to the conspiracy.
Yeah, Japanese tradition.
Japanese tradition, but it was in England.
Word carries over. It was a crazy time.
It's a crazy time full of malaria.
Dude, I'll
I
tell you
don't
what,
know.
bro. There's so many stories of people who, aside from serial killers and stuff like that, the fun stuff. There's these guys or kids usually. They'll go through school, whatever, and they'll change their life around or whatever the fuck, and fell here, whatever, and then at the end of it, they won't graduate, right?
Mm,
And then they're just like, well, time to kill my family.
right.
For example, there was this one. I'm trying to remember the story. That's why I did the long stall there.
Mm.
Let me see. What was it? One of them was this kid didn't graduate. He didn't end up graduating, and then they went to a restaurant to celebrate his graduation or some shit like that. And him and his family went home after the day. He was just like, "Oh shit!" They're about to enter the house. He's like, "Oh shit! Fucking, I forgot something in the car." You know what I mean? I'll go get it. And then his family walks in, and then he hears gunshots. He runs in. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?" And then he tussles with some guy. The guy fucking pistol whips him or some shit and fucking leaves. And then turns out they hired a hit on his family. or whatever the fuck. And then turns out the fucking kid himself hired the hitman on his own family. And then turns out the reason he did it is because he actually didn't graduate.
He just didn't want to tell him.
He didn't want to tell him.
Wow.
Is that why he
That's
forgot
an
something in the
elaborate-
car?
Yeah.
You know, dude, I remember there was this YouTube channel called Just Kidding News or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about this Chinese girl, right? Well, she was
That boy had this Chinese girl, right?
okay. Well, that's just the first. The thumbnail came to mind. It was some Chinese girl, but
That's what you
it was
remember.
just this girl who I think was going to college but didn't go to college.
Ooh,
Dun,
she's
dun, dun.
scandalous.
With her boyfriend that she met, right?
Uh-oh.
And the thing is, the parents didn't approve of the boyfriend.
Mm.
This is all just kind of like off the top of my memory. I don't know if this is all true, but this is what I remember. in
What's
the
a
thing,
nice
right?
story?
Basically, she wanted to be with this guy. Parents didn't approve, so she hired a hit on her family, right?
How do you go about doing that?
Like, how do you be that fucking?
You just hire a guy.
I mean, yeah, but like, that's your people. Grew up with them. At that point, you're just like, it's like this random guy that you just met. But then again, it's kind of just like not brainwashing, because I think it was her idea to do it. She just wanted to rebel.
He got roped in. He's like, fuck. This
He's like,
girl's crazy. She wants to kill her family for me?
I can't leave her because what she'll do to me.
Yeah.
You feel me? But
I'm scandalous. This
So
dick crazy.
She hired the hit.
she hired the hit. The hit guy, I believe, got the dad.
Hitman, please.
Hit-
they have a
hitman.
profession.
Hitman.
Sorry, don't come after me.
Hitman.
Hitman.
Hitman, Agent 45 or Agent 47. I think
There
it
you
was.
go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jesus
47.
Christ. 45 is the other guy.
Yeah, that's Victor.
007.
So what was I? Oh yeah, so the guy gets the dad, right? And gets the mom. The mom is kind of just like, I think he tied him up or something, right? But the mom, you know, was a trooper. She ate the bullets or whatever, right?
She ate him for breakfast.
You feel me? She had a light breakfast that day, so obviously a couple lead. You know, she found out it was her daughter, and the daughter got arrested or whatever, right? And then I think it was like an interview with the mom, and she was like so like heartbroken. She was like, why? You just told me you were the boy, and it would have been fine. I was like, Mom, I did. But yeah, and then
Crazy.
like the true like the biopics or whatever, right? I was like, there was this one where some lady couldn't have kids, and she was a nurse, and she ended up taking the kid.
Yeah,
from
that
the
happens a
parents.
lot.
Yeah,
No.
and she raised it as her own child or whatever, right? And then the mom never stopped looking for her, right? Found her, and then I think the way that whole thing unraveled is because the daughter was trying to apply to college,
Yep, that's usually how they do it.
and then
Did hear
she
She found out that she was like a missing child.
yeah, and then she found her biological mom, and then you know her mom. Well, she still considered her mom, even though she was like, oh, how could you do that, blah blah blah, blah. But you know, at the end of the day, that's still my mom.
Yeah.
And she didn't. I think her biological mom wanted her to move in with her or whatever, right? But she didn't like her biological mom. She didn't like her because you know that's not her mom. At the
Stolen.
end of the day, right? So then you know she goes to visit her fake mom at the
Fake mom.
prison, and then they did like this whole scene where like you know they touch hands against the glass thing, and they're both crying. And they're like,
Remember
"Oh
the
my God."
PB&Js.
They're like my mom.
Remember
right?
the PJs.
And then
Bedtime stories.
You're not my
because
mom.
in the story, like in the whole movie, she was a good mom to her.
Yeah, she wanted to be a mom.
You feel me? But like she was like she did a horrible thing. She was a good mom, but then also to an extent. And then she was like, I mean, yeah, you know, she'd be like mean or whatever. But
I mean,
like,
she just stole a kid. All right,
know,
it wasn't that bad.
I don't know the whole story. I may be offending an entire group of people, but that's what I remember.
An entire group of
watching
moms.
watching a Lifetime fucking biopic at the age of 7 at middle of the night. And I
What
got
you
scared.
what you need to take from this information is that if you're gonna steal a baby, you gotta steal one of the twins. All right?
Yeah.
And then make sure the mom doesn't know she had twins.
Isn't that the storyline of like
Certain people.
Zack and Cody the movie? No, cause like I remember there was a movie about Zack and Cody, or something like
The
that.
Parent Trap.
Might be, but it was like
Parent
one
Trap.
with
Yeah,
the
but they divorced, right? They didn't steal a baby.
like one One kid went with the dad. one
Freaky
kid went with
Friday.
the mom.
That's Parent Trap.
Is it Parent Trap? Because I remember it was 2 boys.
What's the difference?
Lindsay
You assuming
Lohan.
their gender, bro?
Yeah. You know you could put your pronouns in Instagram now. There's a lot of weird pronouns.
Damn,
out
it took
there.
Instagram that long. KFC's been doing that for years.
The KFC app, dude.
Yeah, pronouns and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you never been to
Mr.,
KFC?
Mrs., Doctor, he, she, they, whatever the fuck.
There was I was curious because I wanted to see what kind of pronouns there were. So I start clicking every letter at the on the keyboard. There was a lot that weren't there, but like I clicked on E. I clicked on E, and there's a pronoun called M. E-M. That one I don't understand.
Emasculated.
Emasculating.
No,
There's a
Which one's Z? Is it
Zen?
Zen?
Zen,
Is it Zen? That
Zen, Zed, Zev, Shed, Hen,
hen, hen, hen.
Hen, Hen.
Like
Zabubafu.
Zabumafu.
Hem and Hen.
So let's see what M pronoun. Okay, so
Welcome back to the On Your Phone podcast, guys.
Sorry,
we're trying to be politically correct here.
I'm trying to pay my bills
So
over here.
it's a gender neutral / gender inclusive pronoun, or I think that's just all the pronouns.
So another word that's redundant.
I guess. So it falls in the subcategory of him / her. So it's M. There's also ver, ter, and M again. And there's he / she. So it's E, V, te, him, his / her. That's just improper grammar. Er, bis, tem,
That's a tragedy.
and then okay. So
You said hen?
no, tem.
Tem.
Tem. So there's also Z, C, A, ve, te.
Dude, I didn't do that
E.
good in fucking English, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah, but like his / her, him / her,
Him slash.
Them.
them. I mean, yeah. Couldn't you just
They.
they self, herself, air self, ver self, ter self, m self? That's where it gets confusing. I'll call somebody they. I'll call somebody them. But when it starts getting to like they self, what is they?
Like, you know, Jose, but Zay. Yo, Zay
Hey,
was
Jose.
good.
Hey, yo, Zay.
Yo, Zay. Yo, Zay was good. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
Hey,
bro.
Jose was
Yeah.
good.
Jose identifies as Zay.
Mhm.
There's so like okay.
You okay, Dan, bro?
You see, no, it's not even okay. I
Are
just
you
don't.
even that social that you need to worry about this?
No, because I've never met anybody that. I think it's all in the college like realm of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, call it fucking college campuses get you there.
I think that's where they find all this stuff. I remember Gus was lecturing me on what the difference of gender and sex is.
Yeah.
Gender is, you know,
Now-
pronoun things, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And sex is biological.
is your biological thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 sex, but multiple genders.
Yeah.
So Apache
Helicopter?
war helicopter, that's a gender.
It's
All levels
gender's
of physical, I identify as a wolf.
gender's a construct, man. It's just a construct,
Gender's a
man. You can be
construct.
whatever the fuck you want, man. This
So-
is freedom. Essentially.
I mean, propaganda. Be my other my arm thing.
Yeah, of course.
Be my arm thing.
Listen, man. There's a lot of times where I say 100 questionnaires, you know, or 25 questions, sometimes too much when filling out a survey for certain jobs and certain things. But now, there's too many questions.
There's too many.
What are you? Who are you? When are you? And I'm just like, fuck, man. Just take my information. Email, address, and I'm a guy. Simple.
You see, I would like to take the Ron Swanson approach to where
I just
He
want to
did-
work,
yeah,
man.
you know that's it. He kind of
Nice
just
job.
writes his name, man, and that'll be it. Age doesn't matter. Fucking
Well, age is going to matter at some point, sir.
yeah.
Especially when you're flirting with a 16-year-old at your job.
I wasn't flirting with a 16-year-old. I was training her, dude.
Training her in what?
Yeah, likely story there, partner.
That's what kids call it nowadays? A train? What?
Yeah, man. That stuff does matter at certain points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At other times, it's just a waste of time.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I asked if you wanted a bagel.
If it makes the person feel better, cool. Yeah, I mean, but if you don't need to bring it up or it doesn't affect the situation as benefit it, then I just leave it out.
See, I was watching a TikTok yesterday because TikTok is so influential nowadays.
Is it?
was- sure. Yeah, it is actually.
Dude, just watch the news.
So it was basically this guy was basically saying how our fucking nation has weakened because we're worrying about such trivial things, where other nations are like collapsing
And dying.
where we're over here, we're so I guess advanced to where we have our phone information, Starbucks, and that's kind of like our worry. I'm just fucking regurgitating what he said because I thought it was interesting, and then he was like you see now we have all like these different pronoun things, and then he's like I'll call you they, I'll call you she, whatever, right? But when it starts getting weird, he doesn't want to call it. But then it's kind of like, if that makes you feel cool, that's whatever. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I got other stuff to worry about, dude. No, but here's the thing, though, Daniel.
You're just doing it on purpose, aren't you?
Yeah,
My
and it's fun
pronoun
to say.
is Dan.
I don't know. Different people have different problems.
Let them be them.
Is what it is.
Kind of, yeah.
Maybe that affects them more higher than the other shit. But I mean, he's not lying. There's bigger problems going on right now. Yeah, I mean, other than gas shortages, which is not happening here like that, but people assume it is.
Yeah.
And that results into fucking people hoarding gas and drinking it.
I was showing Dean.
Dean,
I was showing
damn, that's
Dean.
worse than Daniel.
I'd
He
rather
called
be-
you Dean.
I'd rather be Daniel than Dean.
I was showing Daniel.
Daniel
Here.
sounds more professional.
Ladies fucking at the gas pump filling up
Fucking at the
shopping
gas?
bags.
Oh.
Shopping bags with gasoline,
Yeah.
like Publix bags and stuff like that, and then garbage bags they put in the trunk. It's like, how much for the large one?
After these gas prices went up, I had this theory where I'm like, they probably said they have a shortage of it. That way people actually buy this gas at this high price.
Conspiracy theory?
Do you think that'll be something? That's something that's happening?
Every time right before the gas prices go surprisingly down, there's always been a shortage. You ever think of that? Nah, the other one was a hurricane is what it was.
I remember during quarantine, gas was really down. I heard, usually gas prices go. That's what my mom told me, and I believe my mom. So she was like, usually gas goes up. Well, gas prices go up
When
the
people,
economy is doing good. Gas goes down, the economy is doing bad.
yeah, because they're just trying to get rid of it.
I guess.
It's a supply and demand thing. At the end of the day, the less they have and the more demand they have, they gotta charge more. No, wait. Yes.
Wouldn't it be the opposite?
If they have too much, they charge less. That's why you
Mm.
get a 10-piece nugget at Burger King for $1 versus getting a 10-piece nugget for $5.
That's not how supply and demand works, though, in terms of nuggets.
No. For certain things, for certain markups and stuff
Victor
like that.
became professor in this.
I'm not talking about inflation stuff like that. I just meant like having the shit there and wholesale. If you have too much of it, or it's you have a lot of it, you sell it for the less price.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But not in one. I get
This
what
is
you
over.
mean.
This is
I
over
get-
time. I'm not
right,
saying
I
like
get-
tomorrow.
I get what you mean. I'm just saying that specific chicken nugget thing. I don't think it was that.
I was trying to explain it to him.
yeah, the
Okay.
specific chicken nugget thing.
This is layman's terms.
You ever had the Burger King chicken nuggets? They used to be good
Yeah, but then
when I was a child, and
But
they're,
then demand less.
and they're still using the same chicken nuggets from when in 2008 when I used to eat the chicken nuggets. And they're still using the same barbecue sauce, allegedly.
yeah, they're actually using the same one.
Oh,
Not the
s-
recipe, the same one.
Yeah,
There
the same
you
exact one.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
no, that's what I'm saying. They had such a surplus amount of
They have
chicken
so
nuggets
much supply, but not enough demand.
that they're
There you
still
go.
using the same supply from 2008.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of it, so
So
they
now-
fucking sell it at a lower price.
Exactly. But I remember.
There you go. That's how.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
But I remember those chicken nuggets being really good.
I think Dan. I think Victor just hates Burger King.
Huh?
He's a McDonald's supporter.
You're a McDonald's supporter?
No, Dean.
I'm a Burger King supporter.
Also, sometimes
Sometimes.
to have enough supply to fulfill the demand, sometimes you got to cut corners. All right? Sometimes you got to put fucking horse ears inside the burgers. You know what I mean?
Horse ears are good.
Or fill it with some pink slime. You know what I'm saying?
If
Ew.
Burger King has horse ears inside of their Whoppers,
Keep doing it because that shit good as fuck.
it's good. It's good.
Ew.
Keep going at it. Like I wouldn't be disgusted. Like I know hot dogs are disgusting.
Yeah, you got
I've
vegans
seen
out
how
here
they
eating
made-
dirt burgers and stuff like that, bro. Fuck it.
It's good. Let me get cancer in fucking 50 years, dude.
You know how a hot dog meat is just
Please
like
no.
meat
Intestines and stuff like
meat
that.
inside like an enclosure. Yeah.
Intestines, yeah.
Yeah. When you eat a hot dog, do you become a hot dog yourself?
You are what you eat.
Yes, but not like that. I mean,
Yes.
You're basically
Yeah.
a holder of
Meat.
the meat.
I
That's
mean,
a
So
you're
you
already
become
you're already a hot dog at that point.
right?
Because we're the casing,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the meat goes
Do you
inside.
become a
You're
hot dog
onto
yourself?
something.
What kind of this is your second child kind of banter is this? Where like the meat? It's an airplane. Eat it, face ass.
Ale House is pretty good.
He's
Word.
excited.
I'm
Wow,
really
you're excited,
for
bro.
Ale
What was the
House.
last time you went to the Ale House?
Probably last time when we went to Ale House with Westy's daughter. Last time I went to Ale House.
I wasn't even there.
Yeah, months ago.
This is before you were even on the podcast.
This is before I was even on the podcast, Dan.
before the Blue
Dude,
Flamingo
really
podcast.
dark, dude. I had
Not
to sit
before
up.
that.
Yeah, this is actually before the
Yeah.
Blue Flamingo podcast.
I don't think you were born yet.
It wasn't.
I was still a little child, 15 years old. When did you guys do the Blue Flamingo podcast?
2016. 15? 2015. 2016? 2015. He was about to have a revelation like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't remember
2014.
when we did it. Was it 14? No, it wasn't 14.
I'll tell you what, it was
I'll tell you
before a
what.
lot of these podcasts started popping up.
Yeah, we were originators. We were pioneers in our
You know the Pioneers.
Rosie's Baby for Miles. Yeah.
They used to ride rocks, dude. Can you believe that? Pioneers used to ride rocks.
They used to ride
Big
these
ass
babies for
boulders,
miles.
dude.
I'm still riding rocks out here, baby. We do crack.
Whoa.
Whoa. Allegedly. Hold on.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically
Hold
speaking,
on.
bro.
Hold
My
on,
walls are
relax,
white for
relax.
a reason. Look at this couch.
Hyperbole.
Couch.
Hyperbole?
I'm sitting on nothing here.
Big, I'm sitting on a grain of salt.
How do you think I got this couch?
The couch is just a bunch of salt packed in together
Oh, shit, dude.
into the couch mold.
Damn, Brian, ain't you supposed to be graduating right now?
Graduating. I'm on my third semester. So the semester starts June 25th, baby.
You're supposed to be done, ain't it?
No, I'm
Make
not.
a yacht over here, you bastard.
We're all
Welcome
yawning.
back to the Yawning Podcast. I'm joined with Yawn 1, Yawn 2, and Yawn 3.
Why are you yawn 3? Why can't I be yawn 3?
Because you yawn first.
No.
You say happy birthday to Jobber? It's Jobber's birthday. Happy birthday, Jobber.
Jobber.
Hey,
We're
birthday.
giving out happy
Don't tell
birthdays.
people that.
That's my cousin's birthday, so happy birthday, cousin.
Don't tell people what? It's Jobber's birthday?
Don't tell people that.
You don't know Jobber?
That Jober works at a KKK thing.
You already told the
Huh?
podcast how many times.
Okay. Welcome
Yeah.
back to the Interrupting Podcast.
We're going to have to take a break for a second. Come back in a second.
No, we'll be all right.
Think so.
We'll just end it before he gets here.
Cool.
What time does? What are we at right now?
Yeah, how long has it been going on for?
It's been going for like
like
15
20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Feels like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been going for 20 minutes, bro. Not
Or
playing.
s-
It's been going for 40.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know, at the hour mark, we can call it.
Let me go to Ale House.
He's really
These
excited.
guys came pretty late, so that's the only reason we have to call it late. For some
Unfortunately.
reason, somebody had a good idea of coming here at 5 in the afternoon, 6 in the afternoon.
Yeah, whose great idea was that?
You know what I mean?
I
4
repeat.
o'clock sounded good until you realize rush hour's at 5.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traffic.
And it's worse when you get to a certain spot that you're supposed to be at on time and you're not even ready.
So here's the story.
Even though it's at their house. And there's also a lot of construction on the road.
Bro, I'm leaving my house, getting ready to pick up Westy, and then he texts me saying, I'm not going to make it. And I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do for the 20 minutes I was supposed to be on my way to pick him up? Because now I can just go straight to his house afterwards, right?
Take you 20 minutes to get there.
Right? So, you know, I stay home, watch a little flick, and then...
I'm about to see Dan, so I have to calm myself down beforehand.
No, so
I don't want to get into a crash or anything.
I get to Dan's house early.
Nice.
And I'm like, hey, Dan.
To finish the flick.
I don't answer for 10 minutes.
Dude, what the fuck?
He doesn't answer for like 20 minutes.
No, it was 10 minutes.
And then he texts. Then he calls me saying, "Oh, what's up?" I'm like, "I'm here." And he goes, "Oh, okay. I'll be ready in 15 minutes." Half an hour later.
I became Westy. Someone had to become Westy today.
Christ.
No, I don't blame him.
It's because we
That happens.
because we have an air tower in my
Brag about it.
Air traffic control center.
Yeah, but what the fuck? Dude, I have a fucking air tower.
we have a fan in my room. I see that thing just attacking you.
Yeah, bro. It's because we have a lot of plants in here now.
Right?
Like that one.
God damn it.
That's real.
Yeah.
Is that a real dog?
They're all real.
So we're fixing. Well, I have a fan in my room. Oh my god! Why am I yawning so much?
It's because I'm drugging you.
Oh god. The air in here.
Oh, God.
So
Continue.
we have a fan in my room, and it was just covered in dust, right? So my mom was like,
it was a lot.
my mom was like, all right, take it out to the patio, and just brush it clean or whatever, right?
Why don't you do that in the morning?
Because I was with Biani in the morning.
Brag about it.
I didn't plan on going to do the fan. I wasn't planning on that
Why don't you do it the day before?
because I was at work yesterday.
Why don't you do it the month before? Actually, because it's dusty already. That means you had like a month to do that.
Dude, it's been dusty for months.
Hence his question.
Like
Why
the
didn't
thing
you
is,
do it
the thing is, it's so dusty
how
that the-
dusty is it?
that the dust clogged it can turn, right?
Basically, it inconvenienced you enough to where you had to.
So the fan now blows a little harder and it can actually turn. Before when we first got it, it was able to turn to spread the air across the room.
Yes.
The fan
As
wasn't
fans do.
the fan wasn't able to do that anymore because the dust was so bad. It clogged the motor where it would spin. So we would only have to hold it at a certain position for it to spin. So when I cleaned all of it out, I was wearing black shorts at the time. They turned gray.
Nice.
That's how dusty it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to wear a mask because
Of a
Dust is
pandemic,
just-
right?
Yeah.
social distance against the mask. Well, social distance against the fan.
Your biggest fan, yes.
Yes, of course.
So that's what I had to do. And then by the time I called Victor, I was already wrapping up with it. I was screwing it back on, and then I called Victor. And then I was like, okay, Victor, I need to go get ready because I was fucking dripping with sweat because it's hella hot outside.
Uh-huh.
You see, I thought it was crazy earlier because I heard that when we were talking about the serial killers. And then,
Full-
yeah.
All right, well, you guys keep talking.
Well, pause. You man.
Well, my car's there.
Huh?
My car's in front of yours.
Just pause. Snap. Oh wait, it doesn't work that way, does it? Wait, yeah, it does. No, it doesn't.
All right, well, we're going to end it right here.
Oh,
We're
are we?
ending it?
Hold on. No, just keep talking, dude. Give me your key.
Who's gonna move your car?
Beautiful.
So we're gonna do girl talk. All right, pillow talk.
Pillow
How do I look if I do this? Looks fine, right?
Did you see Jonathan last night?
It is.
It is on us. It's on Jose's.
No,
but,
it's not. It's on us.
y-
I'm looking at it right now.
What was it called?
Eh,
I got a speeding ticket.
No. First a car accident, now a speeding ticket.
I got a
Damn, Are you
speeding
a bad
ticket.
driver?
Yes.
The world wants to know. Are you a bad driver?
The Will wants to know.
No, the world. Will is my
The
world,
world.
but yes.
Will. But I got a speeding ticket last Tuesday because I was going down Banks Road
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't see the speed limit sign. Right.
What was the speed limit?
Speed limit was 30.
We were going 35.
I was going 50.
Yeah, I'll give you a ticket for that. Sure.
So I turned right, and I didn't see it because the speed limit sign where the guy caught me, the speed limit sign is a little bit before him. So I turn into the road, and I kind of just assumed it was either a 45 or a 40.
As naturally you would assume.
Right, I would assume it was a 45.
Was it a residential area?
Not even.
Tricky.
So I turn and I'm going 50, right? I assume it's 45. I'm going, and then I see the speed limit sign. And then as soon as I see the speed limit sign, there's a guy in front of in the middle of the road, and he's like, stop. And then I'm just like,
Did you do
fuck. Yeah, he's like, I was like,
You don't have to stop for them.
huh?
You can just keep driving and hit them, and it's called hit and run at that point. It's like speeding ticket. Could have avoided yourself out of a speeding ticket. You could have hit and run.
You can do a manslaughter.
Yeah. Can't spell manslaughter without
Speeding ticket.
get your mans.
But yeah.
That's what you say. Where are you going, buddy? What's we late?
No,
for?
he said as soon as I rolled down the window and I was like, well, how's it going, officer, right?
Of course.
Because even though I'm white, I don't want to get shot.
Okay.
So that's a conversation. That's a tough conversation.
They're not ready for that.
They're not ready for that. Sorry.
Well, Danny's not ready for that. He's not actually.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that. So he's like, the reason why I pulled you over today is because you were going 50 and 30, and I'm just like,
Really?
yeah. He immediately, first thing he says to me, that's what he said. And I'm
you,
just like,
you were like, really?
and I was like, I look at him, I was
Should
just
play
like,
dumb.
I was like, really? Basically, I said, yeah. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. License, registration. And I'm just like, so I give him my license, registration, give him my insurance card,
Mm-hmm.
and then he runs through the computer. He comes back. I have to give you a citation today because, like I said, you went 50 and a 30. Slow down next time. And he leaves. And he gets on his little motorcycle, and then he didn't get on a motorcycle. He goes back into this little bush he was hiding in, right, with a little
Fucking
gun.
Cops. There's crimes happening, and they're fucking
Right.
hiding in bushes like campers.
It wasn't.
In
It
college.
wasn't a residential area. That's what.
Did he actually have like the speedometer gun or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what happened. Now in order for me to not get points onto my driver's license, I got to complete driving school and then pay the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do. Cause I'd rather not have my insurance go up,
Of course.
and points on my driver's license are never good to have. And since I went 3 over the speed limit, I think it's 3 points. Well, not 3 over the speed limit, 20 over the speed limit, and the fine is $280.
I've never been pulled over for speeding.
Really, I never speed. That's the thing. I never speed.
Dan, for the audience listening right now, the first thing we've done when you picked us up, you pulled out and almost got in an accident because you were speeding.
I wasn't speeding. The guy was speeding. I looked left and right. I looked left
Almost got in
again.
an accident. First thing I could do in this car, I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I put on my seatbelt because I know, I trust Dan, but safety.
To an
first.
extent.
Safety first.
Right.
Click, and then
We rolled over. We tumbled over.
no. I've been pulled over a couple times for like maybe a turn here or whatever, or they're looking for somebody and they pull all the cars over, and never had problems. One time I was driving from Orlando back down here with a group of people. We
Mhm.
rented a car and we were driving down.
No more pillow talk.
Yeah, and I guess my mind spaced and I realized I was speeding, and the highwayman was like, pulled me over. I'm like, fuck. It's the first time I've ever been pulled over on a highway and not my home, and I got a bunch of people there. And everyone was sleeping. Everyone was knocked out. And as soon as they see me pulling over, like, great job, Victor. What did you do? I've never done this before. Be gentle. He comes over.
Be gentle.
The cop goes, "You know how fast you were going?" I'm like, "No, officer. I do the trick that my older sister taught me. They pull down the shirt. No, officer.
You show cleavage.
No, I don't do that. No, I'm like, no, I don't.
You say that for the podcast, but in reality, you did.
I tell him, I was going 75 and that's 75. I tell him the truth because I thought I was. And he goes, no, you're going, for example, 83 or whatever. I'm like, first of all, that's not a lot.
That's like,
Whatever.
right?
Yeah, and I give him my license. He's like, oh, so you're not from around here? I'm like, no, I'm actually coming from Orlando. It's like, oh, okay. He let me off with a warning.
Must be nice.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago. Ever since then, in my mind, every time I get pulled over or whatever, if I get pulled over, of course, but like, that's in my head when they ask me, oh, have you ever gotten a license or a ticket or whatever? Like, no, sir, but I have gotten a warning in October of 2017 from Orlando. I don't know if that shows up on the record, but I do have that. So
So you're just gonna snitch on yourself.
No, they're like, this guy's good at two shoes.
So
Rap
I'll be
snitches.
So I'll go, hey, Want to give me another warning this time?
Please.
Because I've never gotten a ticket.
Yeah. I'm
That's
pretty
my
sure Gus told you, but I have a ticket.
Yeah, I heard. Because you were
Yeah.
going fucking, what, 100 on a 30?
He was going 88 miles trying to go back to the future.
I was going 50 and a 30.
Nah, you cap, bro.
I was.
What's the charges? This is where you can't lie to me.
Mm.
Citation, just a speeding ticket.
All right,
That's
and
it.
how are you combating it?
So I'm gonna to avoid getting points on my license, I have the option to take driving school, complete that course, and then I have to pay the ticket,
And
Which
then-
is 200,
and
280,
then-
280.
And
But we're
then-
going 25 above the speed limit.
20.
Okay.
So like
30, you got to go to court.
really.
You have to. And you got to go to driving school. And you got to pay the fine.
I
So
mean, I
you-
have to pay the fine regardless. I think.
And you're going to driving school because you're pleading guilty.
Yeah.
So you're pleading guilty, paying the fine, and
Well,
then
what if you're not pleading guilty?
if you're not
Because-
pleading guilty, then you have to go to court and fight it.
Because I know.
That's what I do.
Like ticket clinics, don't they cost more?
They
Not
cost
necessarily.
they cost 80 minimum.
80.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if I go to a ticket clinic right now,
If you go to a ticket clinic, you have a chance of having them go for $80, fighting your ticket, getting it dismissed with no points,
And you don't have
And-
to go to school.
and you got to go to school. But the risk is where sometimes what happens to me, because I had to do that a lot, I pay 110 because it's COVID. You get the COVID pricing. Have them fight it, go there, tell you, oh, it's all right, you know what I mean? You're not getting points, and it got dismissed, but you got to pay court fees. And lo and behold, the court fees happen to cost the same amount as the original fine. But they go to court for you.
I'd rather
That's
just.
all that matters.
I'd
You
rather
don't wanna go to
just.
court.
I'd rather just go. I mean, I don't have.
And
a big
sometimes they
ticket.
give you driving school, which happened to me last time, where I got driving school, paid
One-
the fee, and I paid the ticket.
One time, Raul, like, they dismissed the ticket for this, and that, and then they said you also have to write an essay on why speeding is bad or whatever.
You wrote an essay.
No, my brother, Raul.
Oh, well,
and he
Raul.
never wrote it, but he's like, what the fuck is this? I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
On why speeding is bad.
Something like that.
Could
yeah.
you
Yeah.
imagine that?
Best case scenario, you pay $80, they go to court and they dismiss it, and you don't get no points.
Best case scenario.
Best case.
Yeah, which happens
A lot of times.
It's
a
like
lot of times.
it's like 98% chance.
75.
75?
Yeah.
75.
It's not like every single time.
It wouldn't be good right now.
Right now, would it be good?
Yeah,
COVID.
COVID.
Really? So they'd be like, well,
They
that's
need
tough.
it. They need the money,
They need the money.
so they'll put extra charges on you.
really?
That's what happened to me.
So then you'd have to pay the ticket guy. You'd have to pay the fine. You'd have to pay driving school.
Yeah,
And then all that would end up costing you.
more than you were gonna pay for if you
Yeah.
pleaded guilty and took the points.
So I'd rather just take driving school.
You have to pay for driving school.
Yeah, I already paid for
But
it.
do you still get the
How
points?
much was it? Like $60
No, it's like $25 to pay for driving school. And
Online?
Then, yeah,
What website did you use?
it's a 4 hour. It's a I forgot what it was called, but it was like one of the listed ones that they told me to use. Because they got it. You get a pamphlet with the fucking the lady who's like this, and then she's like smiling at you, or
Hi, I'm Robert Rubenstein.
And then I think on the website she goes like,
Oh.
she does this little fucking pose where she's pointing at the camera. She's like,
Sometimes driving school costs like $13.95 minimum price if you sign up with AAA.
oh
And
nice.
if not, the minimum price is like $60.
Well, I paid for 25,
You
and it's a
guys-
4 hour course.
Sometimes they get the good deals, bastards.
The driving course I took when I was applying for my license, it closed down, but it was so much fun. I had a good time.
That boy actually went. The boy actually went to driving school,
Dude, you know, there was this
and he drives trash as
No,
fuck.
no, it was they closed down because I'm sad because now if I ever get a ticket or whatever, I need to go to driving school. I can't go there because it was actually like they showed funny videos and stuff like that. It wasn't so serious. It wasn't so lame.
the guy on the driving school. The guy who introduces it is the guy they use on Fiverr to pay, and he's like Fortnite or the fucking some
that guy?
that guy, the guy with the blonde with like the white hair, and he's like fucking
I
John Wick needs your help. All he needs is your credit card information, right? And it's like, so you can have an epic victory royale, right? It's that same guy They
Uh-huh.
paid it, and then he's voiceovering, and you see him. He's standing there in the same pose, same suit, same fucking white haircut.
Your driving school sounds trash, bro.
And then he says,
You know which one we're talking about?
Yes.
and then he says, at the end of the course, you'll wish it never ended because you'll be having so much fun. And I was like, dude,
Have you started already?
nah, I haven't started.
Well, you're missing out.
Dude, you can do that shit in less than a week.
Well, no, I have 90 days.
You have 90 days to finish it? You could do that shit in a week, bro.
It's 4 hours.
You can finish it in 4 hours.
It's a 4-hour course.
Yeah, you should fucking do it in a week, bro.
Or I just do
You can do it in a
4
day.
hours. Yeah, I just do it in the afternoon.
It's a nice afternoon. The one I had to do was all because I didn't pay for the extras,
Yeah, I didn't pay for the extras either.
where they're like, oh, they read it to you.
Mm.
There's videos. I just fucking. I didn't even read the. I read it. Dude, I think I did that. I think I did that shit fucking
You didn't.
driving.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Nah, because you would have to stay on the pitch for like at least 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I would just fucking skim through the shit, screenshot here and there, just in case, go through it, and then take the exams, bro. And then I was done.
I remember when I had to take the drug and alcohol thing.
Yeah.
I paid like $40 for like the course and the test.
Then someone else's pee, right?
I got
And
that
then,
shit for free. FLVS, baby.
FOVS, baby. But yeah, I did that. I got like, I think I was 1 point off from actually failing it. So that's fun. And then when I was when I did
I actually got a perfect score on my shit.
the actual must be nice. Brag about it. But
Because I actually paid attention.
you see, I read the entire thing.
Brag about it.
It's logical.
I did the course.
Oh, I didn't do shit. I just thought about it. I'm like, oh, you know how many... Don't do this is bad.
Right.
You
but,
die. Airbags work.
But what's it called? And then I had to do driving school for to get my license. To like, they taught me basically the test. That's basically it. So I wouldn't fail the test. So then he actually took me driving, and then he was like, "Okay, pull into this parking lot."
Wait,
And then-
you actually had... I thought they offered driver's ed at schools. For the freezy.
I think it depends on the school.
Like I didn't like when I learned how to drive, I was by myself.
Uh-huh.
Other than when your dad tells you, oh, that's something to think about. Didn't actually take me out driving. I did driver's ed online at school.
Right.
It was like half a credit.
Huh.
And then they gave me the fucking drugs and alcohol thing, and then I went to the DMV, took the test, and then I took the driver's test, and then they gave me my shit,
Huh.
and then that was that. I didn't pay. Some people pay $60 an hour to drive around some cones. No, none of that.
Speaking of which, my nephew just got his permit.
Nice.
Emilio?
What is he? 15?
Emilio is...
He should be 15.
Turning 16.
Turning
this
16.
year. Yeah.
Yep. And then 1 year to hold the permit,
Yep.
get the license right then and there. Hell yeah.
Kenny just turned 15
Needs the permit.
3 days
He
ago.
needs to get that. Oh,
He
happy
can
birthday, Kenny.
Happy belated birthday, Kenny.
Or you can skip, turn 18, and get the real one.
Right?
Right.
Just by going.
That's what I fucked up with.
That's where a lot of people did. I got my
I
permit.
fucked up because I got my permit at 17. And so when the year was up, I was 18. And I get my license regardless.
Getting your permit, like
I got my shit at 15.
yeah, same. I remember getting my permit, and I would just like it's
Just flex. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
like,
a- it's a
I don't
nice
got a
little
car, but
flex.
I could drive.
yeah, and then like, dude, you got your permit? Oh my god, I need to get my permit. And people would get their permit at 17, and I'm just like, dude, what was the point of that?
Yeah, but what was funny is because I was
To drive at 17, Dan.
I got my permit at 17, right? And then when I was going to do the actual licensing, it's like, oh, you need a parent or guardian signature to do this and that. And and then my mom couldn't make it for whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, here's a paper, have it notarized with her signature and your signature, and you'll be fine. Get there, do a notarization. And then the next day, it's like, oh, you just turned 18. Happy birthday, congratulations. You don't need your parent's signature.
Idiot.
So I went through all those hoops earlier. Like, what?
Idiot.
You're an adult now.
That's where you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember getting my permit. I remember getting my license. That was pretty cool. I wasn't able to drive until I got my license 16. Didn't get a car and didn't drive until 18. So 2 years with a license for no reason.
I was fucking riding around town at 15, 16, hell fucking yeah.
Really?
I used to drive to work.
In the
I'm
truck?
like, hell yeah.
Oh,
I almost got a ticket because of my fucking tints on
Too
that
dark?
truck. They were too dark. And he said, "Where you going?" "I'm driving home from work, sir."
I'm still in uniform.
Luckily, my sister was in the car,
Mm.
and she's over 21, but she doesn't have a license.
Mm.
And she's like, "Why? She's like, why is she not driving, or whatever?" I was like, "Oh, because I was like, I got a permit or whatever." And he's like, I'm like, "What time is it?" I'm like, "We just got out of work." He's like, "Oh, why is she driving? She don't got a license." And then he's like,
She needs a license.
He's like,
to do
really? He's like, he looked at her like, like really? Because I wasn't driving bad. It's just that my tints were dark.
that.
You feel me? He was like, all right, well, whatever.
Oh, but you didn't say you're not supposed to be driving without a license.
I mean, I was driving pretty good. Dude, I drive pretty good. The only time I got tickets was because of technicalities,
So you're
man.
driving to Ale House.
I'm not
What a
fucking
weak
driving.
segue.
Dude, speaking of fucking driving in the L house, dude, I fucking got into this fucking guy's car, bro, and I got fucking ate up by ants. The fuck you got going on in there, bro?
My car?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
There's
have
a
a,
bee.
I have a problem.
You got a huge problem, bro. They're fucking everywhere.
You got ate up by ants, really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten eaten up by ants. I've spent like the entire day in
Salty
that car,
ass.
just chilling in that car.
Chilling. That's
Dude,
what
I
kids
still
call it.
feel 'em, bro.
First it's talking, now it's chilling. What's
Was
the
there
truth?
was there a lot of really?
Yeah, you have they're on the gear shift. What is it called? The Prindle? What is it?
The Prindle?
The fucking there's some on the window trying to crawl out.
It's cause I park underneath this tree.
And you have your
at
windows
my
open.
house. No, it's just they fall in and they kind of just like go in
Da-da-da-da-da.
through like the fucking like air or something. I don't know.
Nah, bro.
Some random bullshit.
Your windows be open, bro. Or you have your doors open for too long. Or you be sitting in your car with your windows down. Nah. The trunk open. You take your groceries out one time, and then that one ant got in, and then started
Maybe.
bucking.
Sometimes I'll leave my trunk open if I'm gonna go skate for like a couple seconds outside.
Well, that's why you have ants. That's the reason why you have ants. It's not
Think so?
because they're over here crawling to crevices and stuff like that. They don't like metal. They're not gonna just crawl into metal. They can get
metal.
out.
Except when it's raining. Then they look for shelter.
And then they look for yeah.
Then they like metal.
But even then, they can't. I don't think they can break inside your car, other than having a fucking big ass trunk open.
Do you know how many times I would leave Carlos and Pepe's and see a fucking spider in my car?
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
you park under that fucking
Yeah, 'cause
tall
I
ass
park on
lanky
that
tree.
tall-
That
tree.
fucking tree, dude.
It's always the same spider too. That white or whatever.
The brown one.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I remember one time, me, Oscar. It was just me and Oscar. We were gonna hang up this.
He wanted to add somebody else. He wanted to so bad. He's like, man, I wish somebody else was there.
We were.
Because I got touched.
We were hanging up this big banner outside. It was like for the boat show or whatever, right? It was like, oh, come park at Carlos Pepe's and eat here. 2-for-1 margaritas or some bullshit right there.
Is that still going on, by the way?
Huh?
Is that still going on?
Yeah, they're still
No,
selling margaritas, bro.
Happy hour doesn't go anywhere.
No, they don't. They got rid of it. The 5 to. Well, it was 5 to 7, bro.
It was 5 to 7. That was a good deal though.
That was
'Cause it's a
2-for-1,
2-for-1
5 to
margarita.
7.
But I remember,
Wow.
like the servers and like the bar hated that.
Of course.
You're losing money.
I didn't.
Yeah,
care.
you're using monkey. Bro.
I would tell him
That's
like,
what he
listen.
said.
When I worked there, I was like, listen, 2-for-1. And it's like, oh, can we split? I'm like, can't do that. I can order one right now. Walk away and come back. And, oh, you ready for the second one? Yeah, cool. Let's do it. So the other person could have it
Right.
because
Mm.
they didn't allow like when I sent on the same ticket. So I would go like do it, and then later, like 2 seconds later, I'd do the second ticket.
Right. That's not a bad idea.
Like you don't work there anymore.
Dude,
Yeah.
I fucking feel
No,
these
but
ants in my hair, bro.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
And the sprinklers are on outside. Jesus.
So like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were hanging up this banner, and there, and this one tree, the entire tree was just covered in fire ants.
Really?
You didn't see one thing of bark there. It was just fire ants, and it was just all like surrounded by the tree, and we really needed to hook it up there. So then Oscar, being the brave soul he is,
Started eating the bark.
he just said, just like hung it right onto the fucking tree, bare hand and all, dude. I watched in awe. I was like, dude, Oscar, you're my hero. And then he proceeded to walk inside and touch me. Allegedly.
with the fire ant hand.
Oh god. Good times though.
Yep.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, you know what? I really didn't mind working there.
Yep. Touchy times.
Until you actually go back and work there.
Until I go back and I work there, and it's the stress. It's just the
and the toxicity.
Nah, bro.
I'm not gonna get into
It's the people who work above you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
toxicity.
Because when they're not there, bro, you actually want to work.
Yes,
Like,
like
aside-
the Sundays.
Aside from Roberto on the Sundays, everything else is pretty chill.
Because it would just be the Sundays were cool because it was just like the younger cast,
The young crew.
right? So like it would just be Victor was like the manager or whatever, Manager
You guys were
title.
there.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Assistant to the regional.
Still abused his
assistant
power.
To the assistant regional manager.
Mhm.
No, what was it? Assistant to the regional manager.
Well, you were a head waiter.
He was seasonal.
Seasonal.
He was just there to fucking hole punch the packets.
And then you were out of the season.
And that was season.
You're out of season, dude.
You know what is in season though? Ale House. Another week transition.
Yeah.
Looks like they want to end the podcast.
I don't want to end the podcast. Looks
No?
like you want to end the podcast.
Dude, I'm being itchy right now. And I'm hungry.
Jose's gonna take a quick shower, and then we're gonna head to Ale House.
Nah, because I said we're going to end at the hour mark anyways.
What time is it?
It's like 8.
Why?
Why? Because the sun
Why?
is in a certain position? No, we are in a certain position
Why?
where the sun is...
Thank you for listening to
Gravity.
this week's episode of
Why?
Born Entities
God.
Podcast.
Why?
'Cause he's an
Episode
asshole.
67.
Why?
We had Danny, myself, and Will.
Wonderful return, guys. I haven't been on a
Yes.
podcast in forever.
He better be on the next one with Will and Westy, should they ask to join us.
And we
Next
won't,
podcast. is
and
just
we
gonna be
won't
Will
have
West.
enough mics.
Funny enough, I forgot the XLR cable.
I bet you did. The real reason why Wesley stayed home. You probably told Wesley, like, listen, dude, I forgot the XLR, bro. Can you just take one for the team, bro?
I need you to take one for the team.
Come on.
Solid,
They'll
just call.
believe you more than me, man. Come on.
Last time Jose got mad at me, threatened to fire me.
That's on the table. Oh, it is almost late. Jesus.
It's almost
Thank you for listening.
Ants, bro.
See you next time. Check out our socials in the description. And as always, you're a white screen.
You went with a kiss, bro? Is that what you went with?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Originally